Hey guys, welcome to my second Nightmare Cup. So this was online. If you've seen my past videos, then you know that I've set up in the local area a little online PvP tournament. We're up to 16 people in this tournament, so 4 rounds, and it's gone pretty smooth. So if you want some tips in how to sort that out for your own community, then just comment below and I'll help you out. But anyway, going straight into it, I went in with the same team as last time: Alolan Raichu, Hitmonchan, Toxicroak, Spiritomb, Xatu, and Drapion. Because they already knew that last time I went in with just Toxicroak, Spiritomb, and Drapion in every round, I wasn't doing that in every round here. Some people weren't privy to that information yet. Either they weren't there and I hadn't uploaded at the time of the battle, so I was happy to go with it. But we'll just get straight into it. I'm not going to go through my team selection for this one because, there's no more weekends for Nightmare Cups. So, we'll just get straight into it. My first opponent was Love Dog. He brought in Spiritomb, Toxicroak, Hitmonchan, Xatu, Alolan Eradicate, and Alolan Raichu. And let's get into the battles. Bringing in Toxicroak brings in Alolan Raichu. So this is an alright matchup for us, but it isn't great because with 2 shields on both sides, we do lose the matchup. So we're just getting to this Mud Bomb, and we've got it off first. So maybe he's charging up for a Wild Charge. He burns a shield, and then just we get straight out of there. So we finish a Spiritomb, and he gets off the charge move. So we shield up the Wild Charge, and we'll just keep chipping away. He switches out into Alolan Eradicate. This is not a good matchup for us, and kind of wish didn't shield the Spiritomb, so it would go down faster. But he does shield the Ominous Wind, and we get the boost. So this is going all right for us, better than it could be. I thought he might have been charging up a bit of energy, but he's using a Crunch here. Any energy that they use against Spiritomb is good, because we don't want them to store up heaps of energy to get onto the next Pokemon. Bringing back in Toxicroak, there was a bit of lag, but I talked to him after and he said he was happy to not do a redo. Didn't think it changed the outcome of the battle. So Alolan Raichu here, get off this Mud Bomb. And down he goes because he's got no shields left and we've still got 1 shield. And we tried to get that Mud Bomb off, but lag, we weren't able to. So that's alright because we've got Drapion in the back and we get an attack off there. And we wait for him to get his, and now we're just back into the swing of things. We get off this Crunch, and because he's got no shields left, this should finish him off. And down he goes. And going straight into the next battle. Going in with the same team, I believe, the Toxicroak, Drapion, Spiritomb. If you haven't seen the other other Nightmare Cup tournament video of that, how I won my tournament with only 3 Pokemon, then definitely go give that a look. Good watch. Going with Toxicroak brings in Alolan Raichu again, so here we are. And we'll probably go through the exact same motions. Just counter away. Charge up a little bit more energy this time, just for good measure. Get off this Mud Bomb. Still hasn't got off a charge move, so it's possibly going for a Wild Charge. We're going to have to shield this up. And there's the Wild Charge. And just keep counting away, and switches out into Hitmonchan. This is actually also not a bad matchup for us. Toxicroak can handle it pretty well, and we've got Spiritomb in the back and Drapion who can both handle Alolan Raichu, so we're not really worried about that. Bit of lag there, but he's getting off his charge move, so I guess that's why. We shield up, power up punch, and we got off our Mud Bomb. And down goes Hitmonchan. He's still got a shield, we've got none left. He brings in Alolan Raichu, so we switch straight into Spiritomb, and he gets off the charge move as we're switching. Thunder Punch, Spiritomb can tank that, and we're going to be able to get rid of Alolan Raichu there. So we've still got 1 shield. Alolan Eradicate, this is not a good matchup for us. We're going to get off this Ominous Wind. He might shield it again, and he did. He really wants to protect the Alolan Eradicate, so understandable why he would do that, because it is his last Pokemon, and he's up against 3 that are still around. So down goes our Spiritomb, and Toxicroak's the better matchup here, so we bring in Drapion to, I guess, try and do as much as we can to Alolan Eradicate beforehand. Burn some energy, I guess. Just keep going, get this Aqua Tail off. And just keep chipping away. Hopefully we'll be able to finish, but even if we can't, we'll have Toxicroak in the back who can hopefully finish off with maybe 1 counter. And down goes Alolan Eradicate. So, good game, Love Dog. And going on to Gravy FC. Spoilers, Gravy FC did go on to win the tournament. I went in with the Toxicroak, Spiritomb, Drapion, I believe, for this first game, and it just didn't pay off. We've got the Toxicroak versus Hitmonchan, which isn't the best matchup, but again, it's alright. We can hold our ground. He uses a shield, and we obviously have to use our shield, or else Toxicroak would just instantly die. And just keep carrying away. It might have been better to switch out in the Spiritomb. He brings in Xatu, so we get off this Sludge Bomb hoping that he doesn't shield it, but he does. So that was probably a waste of energy there. And here comes Spiritomb, who can do a hefty chunk. We're going to let this come through because we don't want to get switch locked into a Spiritomb, and we know we can tank an Aerial Ace. A bit of lag there, so stopped there, but all caught up. Going a little weird, but anyway, we get off this Ominous Wind, and down goes Xatu. We don't have much health left for him to be able to farm, so that's good for us, and we also still have a shield in the bank. So he brings in Alolan Raticate. Exactly the guy to take us down. We tried to get off that Ominous Wind before we went down just to get a little bit of chip damage, but it didn't happen. Toxicroak was on really low health, so really did nothing to this Alolan Raticate, and now we just have Drapion. This is not going to go well. And he also has Hitmonchan, who's pretty weak in the back, but it's a Hitmonchan nonetheless. We kept the shield, didn't use it that time. Tried to tank one move, and just going to keep going away. And we have to shield this up or else we would die. So we're hoping that we can get rid of the Alolan Raticate and then get this charge. But then he does that switch. So he didn't immediately let his Alolan Raticate go down. What he did there was, just going to pause this here. What he did was, instead of waiting for his to go down, knowing that I would have a charge move ready to get onto his Hitmonchan, he switched out and used his Hitmonchan charge move, because then he would know that he can get that off before I could get off mine, because I was just waiting for that Alolan Raticate to go down. That was just a really good play there. Well done, Gravy FC, and going into the second game, very impressed. Toxicroak against Alolan Muck. This is a great matchup for us, so he's probably going to switch out straight away. He's staying in, maybe to get off an Acid Spray. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go for an Acid Spray here just because he's staying in. We go for this Mud Bomb, and he'll have to shield, or else he would just instantly die. And this is going to be his Acid Spray. We do shield it up just in case it was a bait, but it was Acid Spray, so this is not great for us. He brings in Xatu that can destroy our Acid Sprayed Toxicroak, the jelly, and we let this come through because we don't want to get switch locked with the Spiritomb against an Alolan Raticate again. So we get off the Ominous Wind. This would be good if he lets it go through, and he shields up, so that's good for us. And we get the boost again. The boosts have been ridiculous with the Spiritomb, both this tournament and the last. And we've got like no health left, so when he brings in presumably Alolan Muck this time, yeah, makes sense. That's alright. We didn't get off the Ominous Wind, but what can you do? Bring in the Toxicroak, get off the Mud Bomb to delete the Alolan Muck, and see what he's got in the back. Toxicroak, this is not great for us. We've still got one shield, but this is looking very similar to one of the earlier battles. We have to shield up here, or else we would take a hefty chunk Mud Bomb, and we're just going to try and get this Aqua Tail going, do as much as we can, but yeah, it's going to be pretty futile at this point. Although he's getting to the yellow first, but now we're into the yellow, and this Mud Bomb will do a whole lot of damage to us. And down we go. So, good game, Gravy. Going on to the third round, up against Slippery Skills. I played him in the online... What was the last one? Kingdom Cup. He's brought in Tyranitar. Awful matchup against the Toxicroak, but I was actually considering bringing Tyranitar onto my team. Switches out into Lucario. Unfortunately, another matchup that is just not good against Toxicroak. So we chilled up here the Power Up Punch because we want to keep our Toxicroak healthy. We know we can beat both that Lucario and the Tyranitar, and he's got Xatu in the back, so we get off this Sludge Bomb, hoping that he doesn't shield up, and he does shield, so that was a bit of a waste of energy, but we've got Xatu ready to go. This is actually my first time using Xatu in the Nightmare Cup in a tournament setting, so we shield up that Ominous Wind because we know it would do a whole lot to us, get off an Ominous Wind of our own. And he burns his last shield, so we're both shieldless here. If he gets an Ominous Wind, we'll go down, but he doesn't quite before we finish him off. Maybe he was trying to finish us off with quick moves. Tyranitar comes in and instantly deletes us, but we come in with Toxicroak and get off this Mud Bomb and gets rid of the Tyranitar in turn. So that's a good game. Going into the next battle. Liking the team setup that brought in. Actually, this was the point where I'd uploaded the the other Nightmare Cup tournament, so I didn't want to go in with the Spiritomb, Drapion, Toxicroak just in case. people were aware of it and were going in to specifically counter it. So Drapion versus Hirayama, this is not a good matchup for us. It's actually not. Oh, he was doing a little bit to us. We switched to Zatu, but his actually isn't doing much either. I've never actually simulated against a Hirayama nor faced one, to my recollection. Sorry, but he switches out into Lucario. This isn't great for us. We just get off the aerial ace to do as much damage as we can. He shields up, so that's also alright. We've still got a shield, but we're just going to let this come through. Power Up Punch, it doesn't actually finish us off, so we're able to get another aerial ace on, and he'll have to shield up and protect his Lucario here, so he does. He's got no more shields left. We've still got both shields. We are down to 2 Pokemon. We bring in our Toxicroak. He was lagging there, so he stopped attacking. He's off his charge move. Anytime there was any lag, I did ask the opponent if they wanted a redo. I let him get an attack in there to try to balance it out. But yeah, I did ask after every game. He brings in Zatu, and because he's got no shields, we can get off this Sludge Bomb, and it'll do a whole lot to this Zatu. Zatu is basically gone now. So we switch into our Drapion. We might have tried to get to that Aqua Tail, but I kind of hope we didn't. But we did. That's alright. That always happens when you just wish you didn't click it after you realise their charge move doesn't finish you off. And now I've got Drapion versus Hirayama here, getting off this Aqua Tail, trying to do as much damage as we can before we have to bring Toxicroak back in. We do still have a shield though, so that's alright. If he gets off a charge move here, then we'll just let that go through. But it looks like he's saving up his energy. But Aqua Tail was actually able to finish him off with 1 HP. So a really good game. Thanks for the battle's slippery skills. Going against Coddles06, a really good opponent. Leading with the Alolan Raichu here. So Raichu, and we're up against Toxicroak. So we know that we can win this in the 2 shield matchup. So we're happy to burn the shields. We charge up to what could be a wild charge, and then he gets his Mud Bomb off. We shield that up, and now we get off our Thunder Punch, and he'll probably burn a shield, and he does. And keep charging up to the next Thunder Punch, get it off, and this should burn his second shield, and it does. So, and then we'll have to burn our second shield here with the Mud Bomb, so just trading the shields here. All shields are down now, and we can win against Toxicroak in this matchup. So going for another Thunder Punch, and this should be able to finish him off. Goodbye, Toxicroak. And we'll see what he brings in, because we do get the advantage of seeing his next Pokemon, Alolan Muck. So he gets rid of us pretty quick, but we've got our choice here. So obviously we're going to bring in Toxicroak. We've got no shields, which is a little dangerous. He's got a charge move off, but it's Acid Spray, so it's not one that's going to do heaps to us, but it is going to wreck our Toxicroak later on. So get off the Mud Bomb and almost gets rid of Alolan Muck, and down he goes. And he brings in Zatu as his last. So that's just going to delete the Toxicroak, but we are able to get this Mud Bomb off first before we go down. Might have seen Sludge Bomb might have been ready there, but anyway, what can you do? He gets off a charge move here, Ominous Wind. That doesn't do much at all. Aerial Ace would have been a little more deadly, and we get to this crunch. He might have thought that I still had Bite on my Drapion instead of Infestation. I'm not too sure. Anyway, that's a good game. And going into the next battle in the final round, Toxicroak up against Toxicroak, so the mirror match. Gonna try and figure out. I suck at finding out who has charge move priority. I think because we attacked there first, we have charge move priority, and it does look like that's the case, unless he was trying to flip it and didn't get it off straight away, but it looks like we do have charge move priority. So this is a good start for us, because it means we're going to be able to see his next Pokemon first, unless he does flip charge move priority. But we get off this Mud Bomb too, and this will burn the second shield. And now we're going to have to burn the second shield in turn to keep our Toxicroak alive. And now he switches out into Zatu. Alright, so we get off this Mud Bomb just before we go down. Any damage is good damage. Little bit of a chunk, and down we go. We're going to bring in Alolan Raichu, I think, here. Nope, Drapion. Yep, that makes sense. So we're going to chug along with Drapion. Bit of lag here. He was just getting off a charge move, so there were no extra attacks. Aerial Ace does a pretty hefty chunk to Drapion, but we can tank it, and we'll be able to get to this crunch. He's got no shields left because we burnt them all in the Toxicroak mirror match, so down goes Zatu. And he's just got a weak Toxicroak, which he may bring in here, but he brings in a Alolan Muck. So we get off this Aqua Tail, which will do a pretty nice amount, like just a little bit of chip damage. We switch into Raichu because we will have Drapion in the back to switch to if we need to. He gets off the acid spray, so this is not looking great for us. We've got charge moves ready to go, and he's got no shields, so this will get rid of Alolan Muck almost. And now I've got a Thunder Punch ready to get off onto his weakened Toxicroak. So that, even though we were acid sprayed, that is good game. So thank you to everyone for competing in the online tournament. I think it was a pretty big success, just getting 16 people together, all up to Ultra Friends, and ready for the tournament. So congratulations to Gravy FC for going on to win the tournament after being my one loss. 3 wins, 1 loss isn't bad. Did come equal 4th after and Agent Magikarp tying with Lizard forever there. So congratulations to all the opponents, really, and see you all in the Rainbow Cup. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one, and I'll see you in the next one.